What's up, elevators? And we're back with another MBE Talks. And today's topic is music and its influence on the mind.
Yes, sir.
So we wanted to talk about this topic because we felt it's really important that people view music through a different lens. A lot of people love music, and don't get us wrong, we love music too. And it's a great source of inspiration. It's something that can help you keep going in tough times, and it can really help you just push through. And music, for the longest part of my life, was a huge influence on the things that I did, the way I thought. And in the time, I didn't really realize that the music that I was listening to was manipulating my behavior. And that's something that you realize over time, not really in the moment. But for example, I would listen to a lot of like rock, sometimes gangster rap, if you want to call it that. But mainly rock. So now I was like a really like angry kid, and I wasn't putting the puzzle pieces together that rock was kind of influencing that anger within me, and I wasn't using it in the right way, because anger is not a bad thing. You can use anger as a tool to, push through. But music has a huge impact on the way we think, on the way we feel, how we act in certain situations. So what do you think about that?
I think you're 100% right. I think music can definitely influence your mind because it is sound, and we are made up of water. So
What do you mean we're made up of water?
yeah, like 55% of women are made up of water, and I believe
55% of women are made up of water. What do you mean, though? Oops.
We're mainly made up of water. So if you put a glass of water next to a speaker, that sound is going to transfer itself to the water, and you're going to see the water move because water is a conductor. So because we're made up of water, if you're listening to a song and maybe the message of that song isn't positive, it's going to affect your body because we're made up of water, but it's also going to affect the mind because words have power. And the majority of people don't even listen to what they don't pay attention to what they're listening to. They're just like
the lyrics.
Yeah, they're just listening to the beat. Like, oh, the beat sounds good. It's super trendy. Everybody's listening to it. It's
That's
on the
true.
radio.
That's
so let's just like jam out to this. And it could be saying that you should kill yourself, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, don't you guys remember this song, like a lollipop, bruh? The lyrics are terrible, but nobody was really listening to the fucking lyrics of what the guy's saying. First of all, it's really hard to understand what the hell Lil Wayne's saying anyway. Like, he's just something else. But it was just like catchy, I remember it's a le, but you don't know what he's saying in between because he's murmuring it. Like, you're just listening to the beat and you're not really comprehending what you're intaking. Like, you don't know what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, like.
And he could be saying, go kill your parents.
Yeah, exactly. Like
something like that.
It could be, to me, it can be very subliminal if you're not paying attention to what the song is about.
Yeah.
Like super subliminal.
Yeah.
For example, like not too long ago, we went out to have a date. It was date night. We went to this wings place.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, let's go. Let's just like be outside and like chill there. Bad idea. Very bad. Because we were outside, the speakers were like up there.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And the music was horrible, horrendous. I was like, oh my God, and it was worse inside. So
yeah,
I think that
was the worst. That was they were playing Cardi B.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was Cardi B, and listen, the music that we've like heard in our time,
it was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad.
But this stuff,
This is really bad, though.
and I know like everybody says, "Oh, my time," back in my day, but
Right.
like
But no,
seriously
no.
though, like it's
really
literally gotten bad. Like it's so raunchy.
It's
like,
it's dirty, like really dirty.
Yeah.
Like degrading dirty.
And we can't obviously mention it here because guidelines, but it's a lot of like, I mean, you guys know, you know who Cardi B is, but we're just there, trying to enjoy our meal, and You have a little Cardi B over there talking about, I'm gonna do this to you, I'm gonna do that to you, you're gonna lick my, you know what, and you're gonna spit on it, like,
It's just
so gross.
To me,
I'm trying to eat.
To me, it's like if you're
Dude.
influencing a bunch of people, because you have to think about it like that. Like these are people that are influencing the masses. You're influencing the youth because the youth is what's listening to your music. It's not people in their 40s or 50s. It's people in their 20s and under, maybe even 30s and under. And you're putting that type of message out, like don't care about your body, degrade your body, disrespect men, disrespect women, have no standard, like no value.
Yeah. It's very I guess what's the word? Demoralizing, I guess.
Yes.
Like taking your morals away, you're demoralizing you.
Exactly.
Right? And the thing about youth is that they're very impressionable. Youth are super impressionable, especially with celebrities when it comes to music. So they're gonna want to copy what the heck the celebrity's doing, or go by what they say because it's cool, it's in, it's hip,
Exactly.
And that's how you shape a society. That's why music is a very, very powerful tool.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Extremely powerful tool.
Like, and if you were to pay attention to all the mainstream artists, where is the positive message?
The current mainstream artists.
Like, where is the positive message?
I mean, nowhere really, honestly. I mean, I can't really think of one that's like one of those major ones like Bad Bunny or Cardi B or Playboy Cardi. Just to name a few.
Yeah.
There's no real positive message. It's all about pachanga. Pachanga is like partying in Spanish, guys. But
do drugs, spend your money on stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Only thing that matters is the material world.
Right.
Sex is
sleep around.
Sex is just pleasure.
Yeah.
Like I feel like now more than ever, parents need to be on top of what their kids are listening to.
Yeah, kids now have more access to technology than ever before.
Yeah.
Can you imagine us with that kind of technology when we were younger?
I'm so glad we didn't have it.
Yeah, luckily we're 90s babies, so we kind of had the best of both worlds when it came to that.
Yeah.
We were like in between, like we were still going out playing hide and seek, but we had a Game Boy.
Right.
Yeah. Computers are still pretty big. You couldn't have a laptop. Yeah. I mean, you could. I mean, they existed.
Yeah, they existed. They were just like
bulky as hell.
Yeah.
And expensive, super expensive.
Super heavy too.
It's super
the purpose of like it being mobile.
We just had like our little phones, not even the Nokias.
I never got that one.
With the little snake game.
Yeah. My mom had it, but I never had it.
Anyway, that it was the in between of that, and it's pretty nice. I'd say.
Like I remember when I was little. I don't know how old we were when Katy Perry came out. I kissed a girl and I liked it. Yeah. That was a song that I would not doubt it that it influenced children to,
of course,
get curious, to not say anything else because we were on YouTube. Because it definitely worked on me. So if it worked on me, I could only imagine how many females it worked on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
So you'd say that music you think influenced you?
Oh, for sure. Like.
Do you listen to a lot of Katy Perry, or was it was like a mix of things?
I listened to Katy Perry. I listened to Rihanna. Rihanna really provoked this very sexual, like. Sticks and stones what is it? Sticks and stones
can break my bones, but chains and whips excite me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like
I remember.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just that stuff.
And that in our day was like, whoa, oh shoot,
and that's nothing.
She
now.
ain't playing, but now just listen to Cardi B. Like that's
like I used to listen to Beyonce. Who was another one? I mean, she wasn't she didn't seem that bad, but she still had, you know, her stuff.
And listen, like, I understand that as time goes on, things evolve, things change, but there should be a base morality. You know, we should have like a certain boundary of the things that can be put out there, you know, worldwide for everybody to see.
The problem is, if we put a boundary, then you're limiting free speech.
Yeah, but
that's the justification they're using.
That's a good point, but we also have to protect purity
and innocence. Yeah.
Because if we don't have purity or innocence, we're just a bunch of debaucherous degenerates running around, you know, fornicating everywhere and you know, just having no boundaries.
Absolutely,
and I think boundaries are super important. Yeah. You don't have to limit free speech, but have a platform. Okay, if it's gonna be a certain type of promiscuity or debauchery or something that's not, you know, for younger eyes, and have a platform for that specific thing. Like, give it compartments.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be out there just because it's art. Like,
exactly.
For everybody to see. Not everybody should see something.
Yeah, because
that's creative.
Art could be art should be rated. Like, depending on how, you know, how liberal it is, it should be rated.
And then it comes into the whole thing of like, okay, it should be rated. Who's gonna rate it? And then that group of people that's gonna get hired, you know, to rate it. How do we know they're not corrupted and they're gonna, they're
honestly,
gonna do something that's?
I think parents should rate it.
Parents?
Because they're the ones who are getting affected by it, because their kids are the ones listening to it. We're not getting affected by it anymore because we're conscious of it now, you know? But I think parents should have consent over what kids should and should not be listening to. So if anybody should have power to,
but
should
hold
be
on.
Parents.
Here's a thought though that just came in. Even if they restrict it, the kids are gonna hear about it one way or another. So what's that gonna do? Pique their curiosity.
Yeah, it might just
so
make it
one
worse.
way or the one way or the other, they're gonna find out a way to see it. That's what kids do. So how do we even go about that? You know, is it something that we just can't really control?
I think the best way to go about it, now that you brought that up, that was a good counter argument, is becoming aware of it. Spreading awareness to it.
But what's awareness gonna do?
It makes parents become aware. Okay, parents have to become aware of what their kids are listening to. In order for the parents to reach the kid, why are you listening to this? What type of message is this sending to you? Okay. Do you really think this is good for you? You know, because if the parent is aware of how bad this is for their child and for themselves, then they'll be able to teach the child, you should not be listening to that because of X, Y, and Z.
Okay, I get it. So basically what you're saying is there's no real way to stop this from happening or control it, but it can be reduced.
Exactly.
With awareness.
Exactly.
Because not all parents are going to be able to, you know, get their kids away from that, or not all parents are actually going to do it all together.
Exactly. But you have the choice, and the choice is to become aware. Because that's really the only option we have.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think we've gone through a huge. I mean, we're still in the journey, but I remember when we started, we were listening to.
You mean when we first got together?
Yeah, when we first got together 6 years ago. What was it, the rapper that our friend got us on? And we were listening to him for like until he like killed himself, or he died.
I don't remember.
Attention, no sé qué.
XXX Tentacion.
There you go.
That guy. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, that's when we were still kind of listening to that
we were still listening, exactly. And then from there, I remember we went through this whole music war. Honestly, I feel like it was a war, a battle, because we went from that, which is really dark. To my opinion, is pretty dark, and then we go into rock, which is still dark, but there's classical rock in there.
Yeah. So
like you start.
But that wasn't hard to get into because that was already like we already had a background that, you know, I grew up listening to rock. Me too. I always liked rock more than all the other genres, always.
Yeah.
You know, because at the time it was, for me, rock was something that spoke to me based on what I was going through in life. You know, I had a lot of anger, like I said, when I was a kid. And rock was like a way to channel that, right? And I wasn't doing it in the right ways.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Later on as an adult, you realize, oh damn, you know, I was a kid, I was being dumb, but you can use that anger for positive things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And I remember we went from rock to then realizing, wait, not all rock is actually good rock.
Yeah.
Good for the soul, I mean.
Yeah, there's some really dark, like, you know, death metal-y, Satan worshipping.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's some that don't even say anything Satan related, but you know, if you read in between the lines, that's still what they preach. You know, and then there's the ones that are really open about it. Yeah. So you just have to kind of like nitpick, even within rock, what rock is worth listening to, what rock isn't worth listening to. Right. And then from there, we start listening to a little bit of country. Yeah. We still listen to country. Yeah. And then now we kind of just listen to our own Spanish music. Well, old school Spanish.
Can't forget Mike Love, though.
Yeah. Oh, and reggae. We love reggae.
Shout out to Mike Love.
Yeah, specifically Mike Love. You guys have to check him out. He's amazing. But it's been a journey when it comes to music, because you really realize that the majority of music that's out there is out there to hurt you. It's not out there to help you.
Yeah, and even got to a point for us that we were just literally like, there was no music on in the car, and we were just talking to each other. Yeah, it's sometimes you don't have to have music on all the time. Yeah, you know, it's
just a way to, like, I don't know, stimulate you. Yeah, like constant stimulation.
Yeah, I mean, music invokes like feelings within you, you know. Depending on what you want to feel. Right. And that's why it's, you know, considered art, because it makes you feel a kind of way.
I just don't understand how people can listen to like depressing music.
It's like I said, because they're going through this phase, right? And that's what they connect with in that moment. And instead of trying to cheer themselves up, they want to
dwell.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta go through the pain. Sometimes you can't just ignore it. You can't just kind of like be like, yeah, now I want to feel better. Now I want to like overcome this. Like sometimes you gotta just feel it out to then overcome it. You get me? Now that doesn't mean you dwell in it all the time and this is all you do all every day as suppressing. But you know, there's a certain period where it's a phase that you have to actually feel it out. You know, you gotta be depressed, cry, lock yourself in your room. That's what you need to do. But get over it eventually.
Right. Okay, so then it can be useful.
Yeah, it's a tool.
To a certain extent.
Of course. Like anything. Just like a gun, just like a knife. It's a tool that can be misused or used for the right things. You know?
There's this song, what's that song that everybody like was listening to forever? Empatía.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
From El Alfa, right?
No, not El Alfa. I don't remember his name.
I don't know his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Empatía.
That song literally. Yeah. That song.
Yeah, they played that over and over and over.
Every Hispanic loves that song. Well, not every. I'm not gonna say every. Don't generalize, but like most Hispanics fell obsessed with that song. And
you know why? Because they got the beat down.
Exactly.
Because there's a part when it drops and you go like, I don't even want to say it, but the beat is what, you know, gets us, because they know the kind of beat that the Hispanics and Latinos like, and that had it, and that's why people were like, yeah, because people started dancing right after.
Exactly.
And
even though the content of the music is do drugs, pills,
pop some pills, yeah, exactly.
Like that's what the song is saying. Yeah. You know, and I remember, like having a client, and that's what she was listening to, and her daughter was in the room, and obviously I'm not gonna say anything, it's not my place, but it's the fact that it's like, how are you going to play something like that near your child? So it's like, it's the lack of awareness we have with music that we don't realize what we're doing to children by even allowing that into your home. Why would you play something that has to do with drugs when you have a child in your house, how do you know it's not going to influence a child subliminally?
Right.
And then the child ends up being hooked on some type of drug. That may sound crazy to people, but that literally can happen because music influences the mind.
Of course it can happen. It's very probable. You know, it sounds so crazy to think about it. There's a lot of songs in our times that got us, not us, but like specifically, but like our generation to do all types of drugs. Heck, our songs from our generations, a lot of them are about going to parties and doing drugs.
Yeah, doing lean and
what
is it? Percocets? Was it Percocets?
Yeah, perks.
There was a song that was just about Percocets.
Literally.
Like,
and our generation was infamous for that. Like, our generation was the one that really got into the whole Percocet thing.
Yeah.
Like, that was insane.
You know how much money the pharmaceutical companies probably made off of us because of that one song? Insane.
There was a song about pill popping us.
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
I mean, just a gang violence in our time because of the music.
Gangster rap was blowing up in our time.
Exactly. What a coincidence that it was blowing up at our time, and then all the kids wanted to be little thugs.
Yeah, everybody was wearing their pants on the floor.
Like,
yeah.
Everybody wanted to be thugs. Everybody wanted to shoot things up, stab people. Like, everybody wanted to do like illegal stuff.
That's because the youth are
so it makes you. So
like
this is the type of stuff that I'm gonna just get a little political here. If we're not supposed to be doing illegal things, because if we do illegal things, we can go to jail or go to prison or whatever. Okay. Why are we allowing the music industry to promote doing illegal things, promote violence, you're promoting people to do crime, yet you don't want people to do crime?
Well, because it's considered art and freedom of speech and self-expression.
Yeah, but not really.
But it has a rating.
Yeah, I know. But you're expressing people to commit violence, crime.
But that's a loophole, though, right?
Yeah, that is a loophole.
That's the loophole.
But we have to realize. We have to realize that even though that's a loophole, we need to do something about that.
Well,
because
it's what you said. It's what we talked about earlier. The only thing that can be done is for parents to be vigilant, to be aware, and to restrict it as much as possible and promote more positive things the best way they can, because one way or the other the kid eventually is probably going to find a way to listen to it, but to each his own, I guess. But there's not really much
of course there's not much we can do besides talk about it, that's all we can do.
Talking about it is doing a lot.
It's doing a lot, yeah, you're right.
And the parents being aware of it is a lot. It's better than them not being aware of it and their kids over here in a corner listening to satanic music.
It's insane.
Yeah.
How easily people can really get...
Well, I mean, you can start a riot with music.
Yeah.
You can literally start a riot.
Didn't a rapper do that? Some rapper that my brother showed us? He did.
Yes. I was Playboy Cardi.
There you go. That guy literally committed a crime on camera for his video, and nobody did nothing. Yeah. He didn't go to jail.
No.
So not only... No, so look at the loophole.
Give a little more context on what you're talking about, though.
So look at this loophole. Check this out. This rapper is committing a crime, right? Literally physically committing the crime and recording it for his YouTube video, okay? His song is about committing crime and looting and stealing and destroying private property, okay? Mm-hmm. That's what the song is about. The video literally shows him and a bunch of other thugs doing the same thing, and he does not go to jail, even though that's on camera for the whole world to see. So not only is there a loophole, there is some type of favoritism when it comes to mainstream artists.
Well, it's called money. It's not favoritism, it's money.
I think there's a little deeper than just money.
You don't think those companies pay off the cops? Maybe?
Oh, I mean...
It's also very possible that they got that section of the street, they paid off the officials, and they had access to that part of the street for them. They closed it off. They could also make it look like anything, because maybe they weren't really doing anything, but they want to look like they're hard. They want to look
No, they
like
really,
they're tough.
they actually were. They talked about it on the news.
Okay.
They talked about it on the news, but nothing happened to the guy.
So it wasn't like a staged thing. It was actually
a real
like
thing.
he just went.
Yeah, it was a real thing.
He started jumping on top of cars.
People got
breaking
routed.
Stuff, people got rowdy, and they started breaking things.
Yeah, it actually happened.
Okay.
There was people. There were people that saw it happen.
Yeah.
And then they were talking about it, like, oh, can you believe this guy, whatever, this rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about it.
But just like music can be used for bad, it can be used for good.
Yeah.
Bob Marley.
Yeah.
He kind of started not really a riot, but like a protest with his music.
A complete revolution is what I would like to call it.
Well, and I'm saying like literally in a concert, like he started something there.
Yeah.
With his music, and he wasn't like his music wasn't angry, his music wasn't bad, or you know.
He did have anger because of what was happening at the time,
right.
but he channeled it in a positive way.
Yep.
With his music.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't just connecting to black people. He was connecting to all people because to him, race didn't matter.
Yep.
You know, and that's how it should be. I remember there was a video of him when they asked him, "Oh, you know, are you rich?" And then he said, "Well, what's rich to you?
Right.
What's rich to you is not rich to me."
Exactly.
You know, and that's all he talked about in all his songs is, you know, it's about being happy. It's about not taking life so serious, you know, just taking life day by day, fighting for your rights. I love that song. Standing up for your rights.
Yeah, it's a good song. But the thing with music is that we have to realize the potential and the dangers behind it, and how it can really, really affect a society. It's something we have to be aware about, because we can't stop it. We can't stop what comes out. We can't stop, because it's art and people express themselves all the time, and that's fine. It's that awareness of knowing, like, listen, you know, this is something that's really powerful stuff. We have to be on the lookout.
Right.
And that's what really gives you power over whatever's trying to manipulate you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you know what though? Just like you said, how there's artists that are using their music for bad.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether they're expressing themselves and they think that they can express themselves in a negative way, that's fine. You have free will to do that.
Right.
But because they're doing that, there's an offense, and there's artists that are expressing themselves in a good way. They're mad at what's happening on the other side.
Exactly.
And because of that, they're expressing it in a good way. For example, this rapper called Tom McDonald, I'm sure you guys know about him. He started off just like the other guys, talking about drugs, talking about alcohol, talking about a bunch of negative stuff that's not going to improve your life whatsoever. And he made a whole 360, and he's a whole different person now. And all he talks about now is the truth and what's actually happening in society right now. Mm-hmm. And that's just one artist out of the many artists who are independent, which is also very funny. The ones who are preaching negative stuff are not independent artists. These are artists that have been sold. They sold themselves to these big corp companies who are making the real money. And then you have the independent guys who are making money, but they're making money because they're actually talented. Because just because you're an artist doesn't mean you're talented.
Right.
Just saying.
I mean, most of the artists now that are extremely famous are not talented.
Exactly.
They're just figureheads.
To me, they're a puppet.
They dress them up. They put them to sing on music that they didn't even write.
Exactly.
You know, they have ghostwriters.
Yeah.
You know, Cardi B.
Yeah, we met one of those. And
we actually did meet a ghostwriter for Cardi B.
He claims.
Well, he said he was.
He claims he was he was one of her ghostwriters. Yeah. So I obviously, as the honest person I am, I asked him, okay, so why are you preaching about all this stuff when you have people listening to it? This is not good lyrics. This is raunchy. This is provocative. And you know what he said? He said, well, I write what the people want. And I'm like, no, you don't. You don't. The people will want whatever you give them, obviously. So why would you give them something bad? You should give him something
More
good.
like he writes what they pay him to write.
Yeah, that's exactly. But he wasn't gonna say that.
But on that note, that party actually was an interesting party because in that party that we went to, there was a lot of Bad Bunny being played in the beginning because there's some dude there who was controlling the music and he had this obsession with Bad Bunny, and all the, terrible rappers. But you can notice, like, you see the vibe of the party and nobody's dancing at all. Everybody was just like, bobbing their heads, whatever, trying to enjoy it. And then Mary gets the phone and she puts in some old school reggaeton.
Reggaeton, yeah.
And then everybody starts to dance.
Yeah.
And you can see the difference in the vibe.
Yeah.
So it tells you, like, the vibrations of the music itself, like, people receive it and you could tell the difference. Like, Bad Bunny, they're just like, slumped up in a corner or whatever. And then reggaeton. En los años 1600. Dun, dun, dun. And everybody started like, whoa, and start singing and dancing. You see, it's a
totally
whole
different.
Other vibe.
Exactly.
And that's the difference that we're talking
And
about.
then, of course, there's going to be people that would argue and say, oh, well, that was just that one party, but, I've gone to parties and people are playing that and everybody's, like, super lit. Like, yeah, you're probably, like, super drunk.
Yep.
On
With,
whatever.
Yeah.
Probably on something.
Yep.
Because, let's be real, you're not going to be sober dancing your ass off to Bad Bunny. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen.
Unless you're like a super fan.
Nobody's going to lie to me and sit here and say that you're going to be able to dance sober to whether it's Bad Bunny, El Alfa, any of those guys. Because, yeah, like, it's just not going to happen. You're going to... There's a reason why you have to be under the influence of alcohol to have a good time listening to that shit.
Jeez, man. Terrible stuff.
Because it's literal shit. That's why.
I mean, he's singing in his song. 4K, 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 4K.
Gaga. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's Gaga. Get out of here, dude. But if you don't listen to it, you're weird.
No.
You're not following the trend.
Yeah, well,
you're an outcast.
Screw the trend.
What is wrong with you?
Go stay in a corner. Stay in a corner and listen to your...
How can you say that Bad Bunny is trash, bro? You're trash.
Like that. They get you like that.
That's how, it's like, no, dude, I just know what music... I just know what music is, and that ain't it. That ain't it. Like, and you know what's sad? Our parents grew up with good music.
Yeah.
So it's not like we don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like we don't know what good music is. So it's like, why are we playing games? Why are we pretending that we know? Like, we don't know shit. We're jits. We don't know anything. Our parents are the ones.
But you know what's weird too? There's people from our generation who like the stuff from now too, which is like, whoa.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's crazy because they know, they've listened to what good music is. But I just feel like it's a select few. And on top of that, there's actually the newer generation that like older music. I've met younger kids, like, 13, 14-year-olds that enjoy listening to older music. And they don't like the new stuff. So it's interesting how there's certain individuals who gravitate more toward that kind of vibration of music. And others that don't.
Maybe they're just more
like
aware.
Age, I don't think really is a factor.
Yeah, I think you're right too.
But there's a lot of impressionable younger youth, of course, as well. But still.
What's that weird chick who looks demonic and she does this weird thing?
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, that chick is creepy, dude. Like, people.
I mean,
dude,
if you don't think she's demonic, come on, bro. Like, get some glasses.
You need maybe.
She's literally bending over like she's possessed and doing a bunch of weird stuff. There's a video where she's literally she has wings and she's full of black goo or whatever, looking like a fallen angel type of thing. Look at the stuff they're trying to promote.
It's just a symbolism.
And it's not just her. Bad Bunny too. If you actually look at his music videos, this song that was really popular. What was it? Yo Perreo Sola. That song. Go back to that song and just look at the video. Just look at the video. You don't have to listen to the music if you don't want to, but just look at the video and you tell me if that's not satanic or not.
What about that guy that literally his video was him humping Satan or grinding on Satan?
Yeah, call me when you want, call me when you need. That guy, I forgot his name, but
irrelevant.
That
video is satanic.
He literally got a stripper pole straight down to hell. He went and then he was lap dancing on the devil. Yeah, that's the message that they're spreading to the youth now.
Yeah, exactly.
In our time, they were promoting it, but it wasn't as blatant.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it wasn't as prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
It was like very like subtle. They would throw
Mm-hmm.
it in there, they throw horns,
Right.
do a little bit of symbolism, the 666, whatever, the pyramid, Beyonce and Jay-Z. But now it's just like, yeah, it's out here, and this is what it is. This is what it's always been. So that's...
Yeah. That's why I'm saying parents need to become aware of what your kids are listening to, because for all you know, you are raising a satanic child. I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm just telling you the truth. This is the truth. Yes, and I'm not a religious person. I don't participate in any religion.
Right.
But I do respect all religion.
Of course.
And our religion do believe there is some evil force. Like they all have a sense of, there is some sense of evilness, and they don't know what it is, and everybody calls it a different name. Christians call it Satan.
Right.
Catholics do too, or Lucifer, or maybe
and like she says, it's not like we're trying to scare anybody. It's not like fear mongering. Like the proof is in the pudding. Like
exactly.
they say.
Exactly.
Just look around. Look around. Look at the music. Look at the music videos. The things they're saying. The things they're promoting. The way they're dressing. Like, come on, it's there.
I mean, Satanism is now a religion. They've made that a religion.
Oh yeah, that's been for a while.
So, but it wasn't as it is now.
Oh no,
you get
of course
me?
not. Yeah.
Like before, they were just trying.
Well,
now they actually are.
Funny enough, they're pushing Christianity out of the school system, and now they're putting Satanism in. They're doing after school, like Satanism classes or whatever, Bible studies. Not Bible studies, they don't have Bible. Well, actually, they do have a Bible, right? The
Satanic Bible, yeah.
Whatever, they have like a whole after school like program for Satanism or whatever. Yeah, for the kids specifically.
So I did I mean, we're kind of going a little political here, but everything connects to politics at the end of the day.
Course.
So in my personal account, Mary_Truths, there is a video that I literally say in 1962 and 1963 is when the Supreme Court decided to take away the Christian religion from the school system. So you decide to take it away from the school system. You don't decide to even implement a sense of philosophy or something to still have a sense of the idea of God or a creator or what made this or why are we here, or what made Earth, etc. Made to thought-provoking subjects did not exist anymore, right? But now they're implementing a religion after school. That's a huge loophole. Why is this religion a superior religion over Christianity, who's been around since the dawn of time, over Catholics, over Muslims, over Jewish? Like, those are the things we need to question. So it all goes back to music. Music started it all. So if we can literally start paying attention to the music our kids are listening to, we're going to start being able to see. It's going to sound very like biblical, but
Nah, say it.
We're going to be able to see the demons, man.
I mean, you can see the demons right now. Just look around.
Yeah, we can, because we're aware of it.
I know, but by bringing awareness, maybe they'll be able to too.
And I'm not saying demon as in like what you see on TV or whatever. Like, I'm saying like the I don't even know how to explain it. Like the dark energy, the dense energy of even people. When you are listening to such dense music all the time, that makes you a dense person.
Yeah, well,
it makes
energy.
you a dark person.
Right.
So when you're aware of the music you're listening to and what music actually is, then you start paying attention to who's dark, who's light, who's been influenced by darkness.
Yeah. Who's
been influenced by the light.
It's something you can just kind of feel. It's hard to explain, but you feel it. You can feel if somebody has heavy energy, like, oh, this person is bad news.
Yeah, like in Cuban lingo, estás cargado.
Yeah.
Like you're charged, and not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
Like, we need to sage you.
Yeah. Like, haven't you ever had that experience where, let's say you don't know anything about this kind of thing, energies or whatever. You have an experience where you meet this person for the first time, And right off the bat, you get a bad feeling about this person. You not like them. There's something off about them. You want to stay away from this person. Haven't you questioned, like, what is that? Like, what is that? What is that feeling? How do you know this person's bad? Why do you feel this way for a person that you've never met? You don't even know their name. Because it's energy. Energy that you can feel, that you can transmit to each other. When somebody has a lot of negative energy, you can pick up on that. You can feel it, and it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
You don't want to be around that person.
And not only that, like, when you're around people with negative energy, negative things happen.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Negative attracts negative. But that's a law of nature.
Right. Exactly.
That's literally a law of nature. And it reflects with us because we're part of nature.
Right. So, like, that whole, oh, you are who you hang out with, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
If you're surrounding yourself with negative people, it's because those negative people are listening to negative music. That's why they're negative. And that's going to make you negative, whether you like it or not, because you are choosing to hang out with those people that have that energy. And it's going to rub off on you.
That's right. Take care of your ears, people. This is the passageway into your temple. Right here. Your ears. The eyes are the windows. These are the doors.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Parents, please listen to what your kids are listening to.
Monitor.
Pay attention.
Monitor. Yep.
It's not about being controlling. It's about caring for your child.
So it's about being a shepherd to your kid.
Yeah. It's not just about feeding them and making sure they do their homework.
Yeah.
It goes way beyond that.
Yeah. And we're not even parents.
Yeah.
But it's just we've worked with kids and we've seen a lot of stuff, man.
And we were once kids, and we know
also.
what it feels like for our parents to not have been attentive when it comes to something like that.
Right.
And we're not upset at our parents because we understand where they came from.
Yeah.
But now that we're aware of how important that is, we have the opportunity to tell you as the parent, become aware.
Right. Exactly.
Because it's important. All right, guys, so this was video 9 of MBE Talks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next one. Like and subscribe, as that will help us grow. And if you want to know more about us, check out our Patreon page. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.
Peace.